bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
You got the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott with Josh Faupel and Jackson Frazier taking care of us behind the glass. Hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Get your questions in for Grill, the Bottom Line. Thoughts, comments, everything's welcome there. Or you can call us on the Benchmark Hotline, 806-771-0973. And we have a contest going on. And this is the last day that I can say that it's going on, because this is the last one. Last chance today between the secret words right now and then one that we'll give out at 2:45. And then on Double T 97.3 with Tech Talk at 4:45. The last chance is to get a secret word. Here you go to 100.7thescore.com. Of course, enter it there. More times you enter, a better chance you have to win. Just all makes sense. Again, giving away $10,000 because we've teamed up with the Home Zone, making your house a home. Today's secret word at 12:45 on this Friday. Aggies. Aggies. Jackson Frazier used to work security for the Aggies, and he loved it.
It was a cool job. I got to watch football and get paid for it.
That's pretty sick.
That's hard to beat. Did you ever have to rough anybody up? Or hey, cool it?
No, I did it actually with one of my really good friends, and they always told us, they were like, you're not allowed, or the big boss would be like, you're not allowed to touch anybody. You just have to kind of get in their way until a cop can tackle him. But then you would go
weird.
But then you'd go talk to your area manager, because there was people in the stands, people on the field, and I was a field guy, and our field manager was like, if anybody jumps on that field, you mess them up.
Mess them up.
The big boss was like, don't touch him. And then the guy that was there with us was like, yeah, you just drop a shoulder if you can, do whatever. And one guy actually did try to hop out during the game, and it was right in front of my good friend, and he didn't do anything. And there's a video of the guy getting tackled by 3 cops and 4 other dudes, and my friend's literally 2 feet away, just kind of staring at it. And he has a security guard shirt on, and is just watching it all happen, not doing anything.
Is there a part of you that wanted something to happen, in your area, so you could drop a clothesline?
Kind of, but at the same time, towards the end of the season, I kind of just gotten in I'm just gonna watch some football and hang out. So if something would have happened, I might have slipped.
Just chill, just enjoy my time. Hey, you be cool, I'll be cool. We'll have a great time. All right. Again, secret word today, 12:45. Aggies. Time for a Friday edition of Kaylee's Dailies.
I'm excited.
Yeah, Snead texted me this morning, said Kaylee gave this one just for me. We all know that the Jayhawk of the Kansas Jayhawks is not an actual bird species. Prove it. But this mythical bird has an interesting history for the University of Kansas. The name Jayhawk combines the names of 2 birds, the noisy blue jay and the quieter sparrowhawk. This nickname was used to describe the early Kansas settlers, indicating to potential threats to not turn their backs on this bird. There you go.
How nice.
Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate it. Thanks to Snead for actually sharing it, because,
I had a good
you
one.
probably didn't want to pass it along.
I had a good one in the wings.
Well, do you have one? You can double up if you want. If you have it.
I do, but it's in my office.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get this on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Hit us up there. What Texas Tech losses were against easy opponents versus tougher opponents? Quite curious.
Probably based off of my comment of towards the tougher losses. I was more so referring to opponents in general, not the losses. Because I don't think we've lost to anybody that we were, projected to blow out and stuff. So probably just misspoke on my part.
I will say, like, if you're going off the lines and stuff, and to me, yeah, I mean, I get that there's a lot of research and all this stuff of going into why you get the betting lines and where they are and how they move and all that stuff. But like you look at the Baylor loss, right? You're a favorite in that it's a night game. There's a big build up to it. Mahomes is in town, all of that stuff, and then you have the showing that you did. That one was tough, and I don't want to get all just pounding into the dirt, but you have, like, when you leave Stillwater, felt like you left some on the field. When you left Manhattan, certainly felt like you left some on the field, and of course, when you look back at this Saturday, it's kind of the same story, and it's trying to figure it out late, right? And I look at this game on Saturday, and I don't think the Jayhawks are as good as Kansas State. I don't think that the Jayhawks are as good as TCU. I don't think the Jayhawks are even as good as the Oklahoma State you played at the time, because sometimes, right, it's when you see people.
Yeah.
It's when you face them. Like, if you look at the Jayhawks last week, they found Oklahoma State at exactly the right time. Now, part of that, too, is I get Spencer Sanders dinged up, out. But just them coming off a deflating loss to Manhattan kind of feels like they've packed it in a little bit. Maybe you'll find out something different against Iowa State tomorrow with the Cowboys. But the Oklahoma State team that you faced was much better.
Yeah.
And were rolling and felt like in contention to be a lock for one of the teams that was going to play for the conference championship, right? All that being said, there's not a huge drop-off, so I do think that you can't put yourself in a situation where you face your same demons late in the game, right? Like, you have to go and take care of business, and you can't have a collapse. You have to execute, but it's all the stuff that you've just been wanting to see, right? Like, this is just past the decision-making, analytics. It's just, you have to see a clean football game, and if it's Tyler Shuck, you have to see a much better Tyler Shuck than you saw. If it's Donovan Smith, same thing. I mean, it needs to be improvement regardless from the quarterback spot.
It needs to be a consistent game. Like we've not had, at least, last week was not four quarters of clean football.
Mm-hmm.
And we just need that. A clean fourth quarter, I think, would be fine. I think you'd have been fine against TCU if you just played a clean fourth quarter.
Yeah, and again, this goes back to something we've talked about all week, and I feel like we've really looked at it this week. You go into where you don't help out your defense late in the game, right? And that's why it looks a lot worse, clearly, than what it was, because your defense had played at a phenomenal level for 3/4 of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't pick up some of those fourth downs, and then you start going, questioning the analytics and the mix of, because I still go back to, I like the analytic approach, but at the same time, I want to have some sort of mix of a gut feeling, and I did have a few questions of why didn't you trust your defense late in that game, because it was a one-score game, and all that they had done so far was perform, right?
You could argue that he did trust his defense, because if he was going for it on fourth, even if he didn't make it, he was maybe putting it on his defense to get him the ball back.
Yeah, and I get. Let me just say, like, when he's doing that, I know that they're not going for it and looking at the analytics and the percentages, going, boy, we have to go for it here because our defense is not going to stop them on this one.
Yeah.
Like, I get that part, but it's also leaning towards the other way.
It's just not helping them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a mistrust of the defense, but it's certainly not putting stock into it. We get this on the Exploring Center chat line. Do you think they have won so many games because people from Kansas appear non-threatening, like a bunny rabbit with rabies? What was the bunny from the Holy Grail?
Oh yeah, we
have to use hand grenade.
Use the holy hand grenade. You appear pretty non-threatening. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna punch you for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty non-threatening. That's accurate. Jackson is incredibly threatening. His
the
presence terrifies me.
That's what I've been told my whole life. They're
Gosh, you just look
need
like...
to calm it down a little bit.
He's a big guy.
Chill out. You look like you worked security before.
For like the Aggies or something like that.
A time or two.
Time or two. Worked security at a tech game. Most exciting thing was a guy having a heart attack in my section. Holy
That's rough.
cow. Goodness gracious. Well, hopefully none of that happens on Saturday. It's the bottom line, 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Hour number 2 when we return.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Let's play some games, shall we? It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott with Josh Faupel and Jackson Frazier. Like as I mentioned, so this is what we're going to do. Josh, you're going to pick in place of Jamie. Quarter Jamie over here will also pick.
Okay.
We will not tell Jamie what the picks have been.
Okay.
I highly doubt he's tuning in right now. And on Monday, when we come back around, we will just present, would you like Josh's hand-picked games? Or would you like the picks of fate? So I'll go ahead and tell you from these 8 games. The heads will be the home team. The tails will be the away team.
You have to tell us what kind of coin it is.
It is a quarter.
Year.
What year was it minted? It should
2001.
There you go.
I was like, I didn't realize it's a North Carolina State quarter, so I don't know if that's good or bad for Jamie.
We'll find out.
I just knew the first year when I read that this was from 1789, I said, that is absolutely not correct.
I'm going to pick as recklessly
I'm going to
as
say
possible.
that's not the right year that I'm looking at. 2001.
Yeah, my goal is to make Jamie pick no, actually, I won't be able to do anything to get him to pick the coin, but I'm going to pick as recklessly as possible.
Ooh.
I'm not, but...
Okay. All right, we will start out then with Josh Jamie. First game up, Alabama, fresh off of an overtime loss, on the road again, a 12-point favorite at Ole, Mississippi. Who you got?
I'll probably take Alabama.
Okay, Josh Jamie takes Alabama. Coin Jamie takes. I just really wanted a reason to flip a coin. Josh Jamie takes Ole Miss, so we already have a difference on his list.
All right. Coin
I'm
Jamie.
just making this really hard for Jackson to keep up with. He's very generous and write stuff down.
Coin Jamie.
Jackson.
I'm going to go with the coin.
Ooh, going with the coin. Yeah, 12 points. And Alabama hasn't just played on fire on the road, right? 2 of the losses, struggled at Texas. I'm going to take Ole Miss, too. And I think Alabama wins this game, but I'll take the Rebs. Jackson,
you said we're picking the spread, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I already committed, but yeah, I was with you there. Actually,
too late.
I do think, yeah.
I love big, giant, just huge numbers. This is a big number. Now, we picked a big number with this team a while back, and we all picked against them, and I think we missed it by like a point. It was against Michigan State. Michigan hosts Nebraska. Michigan is a 31-point favorite at home. Jackson, you get to pick first.
Going with Michigan.
Well, that's a big number. Give me the Huskers to lose by 30 instead of 31.
Wow.
That scares me. Josh Jamie?
I'll go. Yeah. I'll go with you. I agree. I think they'll fall far enough behind. Oh, 30 instead of 31, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the spread is 30.
All right, see
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jackson. I'll agree with Jackson on this one.
We'll see if Coin Jamie agrees with you. Ooh, he's taking the road team, Nebraska. All right, I'll pick first this time. Oregon is a 13.5-point favorite at home against Washington. Ducks have been playing really well. Bo Nix, didn't see this coming. He's played outstanding for them. Oregon is my pick. Josh Jamie, you taking the Ducks or the Huskies?
What's the spread?
13.5 points.
Ooh, 13.5 points. I don't think they can stay within 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you taking the Ducks then?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Ducks. See if Coin Jamie's quacking too. He is. Quack, 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 quack. Should I call you Jackson, Jamie, too? Just round it out.
Sure, Clint, Jamie.
Jackson, who you got?
We'll go Oregon across the board.
I thought there would be a separation because that's not a massive line, but that's a pretty good one. All right, Jackson, Jamie, we'll get to our first Big 12 game of the year. This sounds weird. K-State at Baylor. Baylor is a 2.5-point favorite. Kansas State coming off a home loss to Texas. Baylor coming off a home win over Oklahoma. You taking the Bears or the Cats? This is a toughie.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Baylor. I think they're kind of on a roll. They're kind of figuring things out. I think they're playing Kansas State at a good time right now.
So you got Baylor and Kansas State, Texas, all identical records right now. All three, all they have to do is it's literally control their own destiny, which I did not think Baylor would be in this situation a few weeks ago, but they are. And I think that they take care of business at home. Give me the Bears.
That's a sweep. I think that's also too small of a number to.
It's essentially a pick 'em at that time.
Yeah.
At that point, right? Okay. Well, let's see if Coin Jamie agrees. Ah, dang it, he does. Dang it, he
Another
does.
sweep.
Okay, now we have an interesting line here. Because if I told you 4 weeks ago, Iowa State would be a 1-point favorite on the road at Oklahoma State, you would have laughed, said I was an idiot. May do that anyways. It was bad last week. It's been bad for 2 weeks for the Cowboys. Give me the Cyclones. Josh, Jamie?
What's the spread?
1 point. 1 point. Iowa State's a 1-point favorite. So again,
Wow.
essentially a pick 'em.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's too close. I'll pick them.
Taking Iowa State. Okay. Boy, two road Cyclones. Let's see real quick. That was a terrible flip. Oh, dang it, Coin. Yeah.
Just agreeing.
Coin Jamie's just, it's loaded. Feels loaded right now. Jackson.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think being at home will give them a little bit of advantage, and that offense is just so bad for Iowa State.
Now that Iowa State has been picked 3 times, I probably would have picked the Cowboys in that situation too. TCU at Texas. Texas is a 7-point favorite. TCU, of course, now in the top 4, coming right at 4 in the college football playoffs. Give me the Horned Frogs, at least to cover. I don't know if they win, but I don't think they get beat by 7. Josh?
I picked TCU too, and I actually think they'll win. So I think they'll at least cover. But yeah, I think they'll win.
Okay, Coin. The last one, I'm going to go all the way up to the ceiling. I just have to do it last because I'll lose it. Hey, we have a Texas pick from the Coin.
That makes me feel better about going TCU.
You don't know which list Jamie's going to pick. You don't know.
Because I really think, I do think it's going to be close, and I don't know who's going to win, but I do think it's going to be, whoever wins, it will not be by a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Josh, Jamie, you're up first for this one. 2 more games left on the schedule that we're picking. Oklahoma is an 8-point favorite on the road at West Virginia, and things have looked rough for the Mountaineers of late. Does it look at least 8 points rough, though?
I don't think so. I'll take the Mountaineers.
All right. Jamie is taking. Ooh, Jamie likes the Sooners for Coin, Jamie.
I'm gonna go with OU as well.
I'm actually going to agree with the Coin and with Jackson. I think the Sooners go in and roll West Virginia.
All right.
Last game, of course, Kansas here at Texas Tech. Now I need a score. Figure out something to do for the score prediction for the Coin. I don't know what that is.
Just flip it enough.
Jackson, I need of course, Tech is a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Jayhawks. Jackson, I need a score prediction as well.
I'm going to go Texas Tech 38-33.
Okay, so Tech covers. I am going to take Kansas 35-30.
All right. Give me Texas Tech, let's say 27-30.
Okay, so technically, with that, Kansas would still cover.
30-27. Yeah.
So Kansas still covers, but Tech wins. Okay, let's see if Coin Jamie feels any different. Of course, Coin Jamie took Tech, and it was so big. Coin Jamie said 40-28, Texas Tech.
Oh, all right. What is the spread? It's 5 or
3.5.
Oh, wow.
3.5.
Okay, yeah, I definitely think that. Wow, interesting.
Good job, Coin Jamie. Good job, Josh Jamie. Jackson Jamie, I hope you did a terrible job because you're in the lead still.
I hope you did a bad job, too.
I hope you did a bad job. Take versus take when we come back. Mr. Josh has the questions for us. Back with more next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
That music means it's time for the fastest throwing game show in the world. Take versus take. We've got the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Your competitors today, myself, pitted against Jackson Frazier in the Coliseum of Take versus Take. It is a Friday edition. Your question asker extraordinaire, Mr. Josh Faupel.
That's
Jackson,
me.
how competitive are you feeling today? Feeling pretty with it?
I'm at like a 4 or 5, but I'm sure they'll go up
Out of 100? Yeah.
I think it's
out
gonna
of 5 now.
it's gonna go up. I'm gonna do something a little unfair on this first one, so we'll see how it goes up.
All right, well, take it away.
All right, so who is the best Batman?
Ooh. This is in honor of
This is
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, I hope I'm not the first one to tell you,
Yeah.
chat, but Kevin Conroy, iconic voice of Batman for just about 30 years, I think, something like that, has died at 66.
Yeah, that was tough. That was like, he's like the voice of my childhood, right?
He voiced your childhood,
Yes.
and there goes Clint down for breakfast.
Yeah, he was a big part of it anyways, because I loved the animated series when I was growing up. Both of them. And I guess I know he was involved with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But
Conroy not being a part of this, who would you say is the best Batman?
yeah, I'm a pretty big Christian Bale guy.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed his take on it. Love the garbled voice. I love it for some of the cool factors, and then some of the me just being able to run around going, "Swear to me!"
Yes.
all the time. And that's just been my favorite series too. Really of DC. So Christian Bale's my Batman.
About it, Jackson.
To be honest with you, I'm not the biggest. I'll go watch all of them. I've seen all of them, but
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Batman guy. I did really like.
You'd be a massive Batman if you were Batman.
I'd be a cool Batman. I did really like Pattinson in the last one, though. I really liked his performance, so I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Affleck before that. I did, but I liked. I'm just gonna go with the OG, Adam West,
Oh,
the OG, the one that started it all.
all right. Well, I liked that pick, but I'm not going to give it to you. But hold on. Here's where the unfairness comes in, because I'm going to give you a chance at redemption, and I'm not going to give Clint the point yet.
Hey, whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
If you
Coming
can
here
tell me,
making up rules.
if you can tell me who the worst Batman is,
Well, can I tell you who the worst Batman is?
no, you're on the verge of getting the point. I'm in this chair, man. If you can tell me who the worst Batman is, I'll give you the point.
Val Kilmer.
No.
Oh man, it was right there. It's George Clooney and his
Yes,
weird
it
bat
is.
nipples.
It absolutely is. Congrats,
bat
Clint
nipples. So weird.
Congrats, Clint.
All right, I go into round 2, up 1-0.
Yep. What is the best alternative sports sport? So, like, think of the ESPN, the Ochos, or like your YouTube sports, like that kind of stuff, you know?
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat the question. I was reading the chat.
What is the best non-traditional sports? Like your ESPN, the Ochos, like cornhole, your dodgeball, your what habits?
So when I think of weird, I'm going to go outside of the Olympics because that's where you see all the weird. I'm not going to count any Olympic sports, I guess. The two that really will drag me in, I guess the top one is poker, like Texas Hold'em. I love playing it, but I love watching it too. And I love watching, like, if a guy's bluffing and you're like, oh, is he going to fall for it? Is he like, what an idiot. Like, oh,
When you play poker, are you the guy that has like headphones on with nothing playing,
With, like,
shades and like a big
sunglasses,
chain and like a hood, and you're like leaned back?
Back in like the OG video games, that's what I made my guy. But in real life, I'm pretty like talkative. Actually,
Smack talkative.
I just like to talk when we're playing.
Yeah.
But
Shut up! I'm playing poker.
I'll go with poker. I love watching
All right.
poker.
My favorite of all time is cornhole. Like, it's the Midwestern in me. I don't really care. I love it. Like when it's on, I will stop and watch. Like I will. And I think, like, especially at the I guess quote unquote professional level, they're incredible. But I also just like, it's like the pickup aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, basketball's my favorite sport. I also love playing pickup basketball. Alternative sport would be cornhole. Love playing cornhole even more. I used to be a lot better. I think I'm still good. I really haven't played it a ton of late. What's sad is we have a cornhole set. Why don't we just bust that out all the time? We have the double T cornhole set. In fact, we're going to do that next week. But cornhole's so much fun. You get a drink in the hand and you just smack talking.
Yeah.
You got to have a good doubles partner, though.
I'm a bad doubles partner. Yeah. All right. This one I'm going to give to Jackson just because I wasn't going to give it to cornhole. Sorry, man.
Whatever. Horseshoes is a close second.
Oh my gosh. My pick on that end is going to be marble racing. I don't know if you've ever seen marble racing, but that's my pick. You should YouTube it, and it is like this guy creates like sand tracks. There's Marble Olympics. Just put it into YouTube, man. It's a time and a half. Next time I'm on here, I want to see who your teams are and stuff.
They have teams?
Yeah, Crazy Cat's Eye. Let me tell you, it's
I love
fleshed
the team
out.
name already.
It's fleshed out, man.
Have you guys ever played Cube before? Speaking of
No,
like,
I haven't.
oh man, basically like you're like knocking over pegs and planks and stuff. It's a ton of fun. I'm gonna get into it. I don't have time to explain it, nor will I explain it well. I just learned what it was like 2 years ago. It's a blast,
right.
and it's Nordic, so it's perfect for the Viking culture.
All right, so I'm going to give this to you just as is. It's up to you to interpret it.
Okay.
What is the best milk glow up?
We had the same. The best milk.
Best milk glow up. You know what the phrase glow up is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know that part.
What is the best milk glow up?
Jackson, if you have an answer, you can go first.
Okay. Milk after Fruity Pebbles.
Oh.
That's the best milk glow up.
Oh, okay. I see now. I was going like the Nesquik characters changed a little bit. The bunny, I get you now. That's a good answer. But if that's the angle, the clear answer is ice cream, right? Like, you take milk and you turn it into whatever insert flavor that you like. That is the best milk product out there. That's the product that I have seen more lactose intolerant friends go like, I know I'm going to pay for this later, and just like go right into it, right?
Yeah.
But that's like a milk transformation. Milk is still milk after the cereal.
I don't want to hear that.
Now milk
I don't
is
want to
ice
hear that.
cream.
When people have glow-ups, they always say, I'm a different person than I was. Milk goes, I'm a different milk than I was. Now I'm cold and frosty and delicious.
But it's like literally a different.
I
Other
was-
people just say that, but they're still that person.
You know what?
Are
Clint,
they? Are they? Are they? Because that... Don't fight it. Because they're not.
Okay, so I was on your side. So I really liked your answer, and it was very different from what I was expecting, because I was expecting like strawberry Nesquik kind of stuff. I really liked your answer, but I really liked Jackson's defense as well, because that is a full transformation. It is at that point.
It's wonderful. It's
it
a
is
true
that
glow
point-
up.
It is at that point ice cream. I wouldn't say it's milk at that point. And so by sheer technicality, and I do like the answer, I give it to Jackson.
This feels ridiculous. Josh, I thought you'd be different when we invited you. No, I don't! I don't, Kirk Cousins! Are you just double playing it now?
I'll be real honest. After your first answer, I didn't expect that you were going to win.
You know what they say? God ain't done with me yet.
Jackson went to college with his mom. That's all I have to say. Yeah, we get this. Here we go. What is this? Take. Changing the rules? I'm Team Clint. Rigged. Yeah, this is like the fourth time the odds have been stacked against me. I've had the win, and then the unofficial official comes in here and sweeps the rug out. It's like, oh, by the way, I know that you are up one in basketball, but now tackling's legal, but only for the other team.
You got the point. Quit complaining, man.
I didn't get the win, though. And that's what matters, Josh. And I'm not competitive at all. I don't care what you say. Another rigged win against Clint. Shake my head. I know.
He even got...
Come on.
Okay.
The revolt is coming, people. Selling t-shirts at a t-shirt stand
asterisk
near
by it.
you.
Do what you
Join.
want.
Viva la revolution! Ridiculous.
All right.
That was a fun one. Those are
That
good
was,
questions.
yeah.
Good questions. Good questions from Josh. I knew he'd bring it. Didn't like the result. Congratulations to Jackson, your take versus take winner. Jamie's question of the day coming up next.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score, 100.7thescore.com. Everything's fine. Let's go with Josh Faupel and Jackson Frazier taking care of us behind the glass. Jackson was your take versus take winner. What do you have to say for yourself? Also, congratulations.
He's not better at all.
Giant-eared freak.
I just want to thank everyone that believed in me. I really couldn't have done it without them.
Not the chat though. They're very against this. Let me tell you. I said this off air, but after the first question, or maybe I said it on air actually, I did not think you were going to get it after the Batman question. I gave you 2 chances to get that point, and you.
I gotta let Clint think that he has a chance.
Oh, call it a comeback. All right.
Okay. That did not draw me offside at all.
that was. I see that one.
It's all fun and games on take versus take. Till Smack Talk Jackson comes out.
See that one stung a little bit.
Smack Talk Jackson alerted me to last night's Warriors jerseys.
Yeah.
The City Edition. I hate them so much. I don't even know what the story is. They probably have a cool story behind them. It's like a rose, but the rose to me kind of looks like a pine cone. Los Angeles. Or I guess San Francisco in this case. City of pine cones. That's what they say. Sooner in Lubbock said ultimate frisbee football. That's way better than ultimate frisbee.
football?
Yeah, I'm assuming the rules are because I think we
Oh,
played it growing
yeah.
up. It's just ultimate frisbee, but instead of a frisbee, you play with the football.
That makes sense. That's pretty cool. I do like that.
I think it's ultimate frisbee, but you're just tackling with the frisbee.
That's
right.
rad.
Oh, let's see. We played it where it was the ultimate frisbee rules. You know, you catch it, you stop,
Yeah.
all that. But instead of throwing a frisbee, which is so difficult for me sometimes, and it shouldn't be, you play with a football, which I'm in much more control of. Throw it over their mountains.
I had the opposite, where it's basically a good catch is like that's the down. There's no runs. It's basically just. I guess that's not ultimate frisbee though at that point. So I think you're right. I think yours is.
Fourth take versus take point, Clint. Now it's all tied up. What are you gonna do, Jackson? What are you dangling now, huh? Not a win. It's a tie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm over it. Christian Bale is a Christian Bale is a great Bruce Wayne, but make no mistake, he is a god-awful Batman.
I thought, oh gosh, dang it! I hate when names escape me. Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was a really good Bruce Wayne because I think he sort of embodied that he forgot how to be Bruce Wayne and was just purely Batman.
Mm-hmm. Man, I can't believe out of all of that, we've just swept under the rug that Jackson thought Val Kilmer was the worst Batman.
Yeah.
I just picked the name
you.
to be fair.
How dare you?
I haven't seen all the old ones.
I know. Were you looking up the names of who else been Batman?
Oh, that's
looking
awesome.
up over your right shoulder.
I knew Adam West was the first one because of Family Guy.
I thought that was a better pick than I expected, if I'm honest.
As he just randomly sorted out of a hat. We get this. I'm already over this cold. LOL. Oh, I'm not. I was over the wind this morning.
Yeah.
Bring on the cold. Well, the high is like in the 50s for like 10 days. I'm here for it. It's gonna, as they say, bundle up tomorrow night. We will certainly be bundled up at Optimum Game Day Live.
Oh, I believe you.
We'll be outside of the stadium all day, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, in the wee hours of the morning, there with Garrett Luft and Andres Flores. Through all of the hosts that are out there, seriously, come up and say hi. If you're out there, love meeting people. And if we've met you before, love to meet you and see you again. We get this on the chat line. Bad Man is the best Batman. And, seems like they're in cahoots against Clint. Hashtag Team Clint. Thank you. Hashtag Team Clint.
Your check will be in the mail. I don't write checks. What am I saying?
Do you? Yeah.
No.
I'll shut up if you're writing the checks.
I've never written a check in my life. I've never written a check in my life. Actually, that's not true. Okay, so no, I have not written a check in my life, but I have gotten what are they called? Cashier's checks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. All right, it's time for Jamie's My Question of the Day.
All right.
Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score is presented by Bizarre Solutions. Call them today for a free cybersecurity audit.
All right, if you had to pick one single stat that Texas Tech would beat Kansas in tomorrow to at least help ensure not just one stat beats a team, but to help ensure, and you'd certainly feel good about it if they beat the Jayhawks in insert stat here, what would that be?
Sacks. I think that's an easy answer, but they were able to get after Duggins in a better way than I expected. I think I said that if they get 3 sacks, they're still in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and they got more pressure even than I was expecting on Duggins, and so if Tech is able to keep after, I think it looks really good for Tech.
So I did peg this earlier in the week, and I do stand by. I think there's a big opportunity, and really for your entire defensive line, to have another monster Tyree Wilson game. And you have struggled at times against mobile quarterbacks. Well, what does Kansas have? Whether it's Jalen Daniels or Jason Bean, both mobile quarterbacks, both can make plays with their feet. You're not going to win very many track meets with Jason Bean, but you can contain him. With Jalen Daniels, he's not quite as fast, and I do think it will be Daniels tomorrow, as he was padded up or in pads last week coming back from injury, but they still sat him out. If it's him, he's more shifty, and I think he's a better passer, and if he's what he was in the first 5 games, there's no two ways about it. He's a dangerous dude behind center. But that being said, I think Tyree Wilson has a huge opportunity for another just highlight game in front of him, especially after what you saw. It just seems like he's gotten better and better as good as he was at the start of the season, individually he has played insanely good. Like, there's a reason that he is just screaming up draft boards right now. So I think that's a good one. Jackson?
I feel like you kind of want to naturally go to the turnover margin and beat them in getting more turnovers. But with how explosive Kansas's offense is, I could see that not being as big as an effect as it would be against other teams like an Iowa State or something like that. So I think I'm just going to go with rushing yards. I think if you outrush Kansas, that's a really good sign, because that's kind of been their main thing this year. And if you can do that better than them, I mean, I think you have a good chance with your secondary that you can hold them in the air.
Yeah, for Kansas, I mean, if you look at overall stats and then conference stats individually too, like the total right now between passing and rushing yards, both are like right at 2,000. And so an incredibly balanced attack, which is what you want to do. So, people have been asking, the two biggest questions, or two of the bigger questions personnel-wise, are why aren't we using the running backs? And then the other side of that too is why are the tight ends MIA every other game? But with the running backs, and again, the Kansas defense is not good at stopping the run. They haven't been, and they've been overpowered. So I think, agree, if you've done that one, it means that either you've stopped them offensively, and a big part of their offense to set up some of the passing plays that they have that are totally, I mean, your classic setup from the run game to throw and they throw it deep. They do. It's not all shallow stuff, but it's all set up from the run. So I think if you take that out, or if you just straight up outrush them too, one, it also means that you've kept your defense off the field more than what you have. Like that angle too. Mine, it's pretty simple. It's third down conversion rates. I don't want to see you have to do the analytics side for the fourth down. And I get sometimes you're going to have third and longs, right? And we've seen the play calls. This is a play call to set up what we're going to call next at hopefully a 4th and 2, right? Like that's been part of the scheme. But on the other side, Kansas is leading the conference in third down conversions. Like, they have been so good at staying on the field. And part of it's just because of how many weapons that they really do have. I don't think anything, maybe save per se Devin Neal at the running back spot. They don't have any elite weapons, but they just all are consistent, right? I mean, you got dudes like Jared Casey still making plays. Shout out Applebee's for giving him another NIL commercial, which was hilarious. And so from one side, and this is kind of the same thing from the rushing standpoint that I was agreeing with angle-wise, is like, it means that you don't have your defense out there just feels like 65% of the game. The other thing too, it means hopefully you are putting some points against a defense that you should absolutely be putting points up against. Let us know what you think on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. It'll be hour number 3 next.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is once again time to play No Diggity. We play it every weekday, Monday through Friday at 2:15. It's that time of day where I throw out a certain situation to today, Josh and Jackson, and to you, our fine listening audience. And with their and your digitometer, they and you tell us just how much diggity a certain situation has. Now I'm two days in a row I've busted out the guest digitometer. Sorry, we haven't given you your official one yet. I know this is your first time playing, but yep. I know you knew the rules better than anyone else. Really? Has done it for the first time, because you turned and said, so no diggity just means no doubt. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much it.
Did you want to go through the explanation?
No.
I'm sorry, did I rob you of something?
Well, there's part of it that is funny to me. It's part of it. Jamie
Them
still
trying to figure it out.
has no idea. There's nothing to get though. Like it's a silly thing to get.
Right, yeah.
Like I shouldn't be like, how do you not get this?
I just wanted to
It's
make
in the
sure-
song.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't robbing you of part of this segment if someone's doing this for the first time. So, okay.
Blackstreet is so upset with you right now. Dr. Dre's about to be so on you, man.
Clint's just still not over take versus take.
No, Rob. There was a robbery. And I was the victim. Victimized yet again on take versus take. It's fine. I'm over it. So Thanksgiving's coming up. Boy, it's just around the corner. Best holiday ever. Favorite holiday? I say that. I was going to let you have your own opinion.
What is my favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Probably Thanksgiving, actually.
Nice. Don't feel pressured. You can
I like Thanksgiving.
have whatever holiday you like. Thanksgiving is my clear favorite, though. There has been, though, some stats for this year's Thanksgiving thrown out on a list. All on a new survey on the awkward moments that do happen when you're around family.
Ooh.
The three top stats that most people kind of connected with. First of all, about half of adults say that they struggle to figure out what to talk about with their relatives, so they bounce early because of that. Gen Z and millennials have the lowest threshold for extended family time, with 3 out of 4 saying that they can't even last one day with their loved ones.
Oh my gosh.
The second one, nearly all of the Gen Z members of the survey say they expect to be asked about their relationship prospects, future aspirations, career plans, all of that this holiday season. And about more than half of the adults expect at least one difficult question about their future or personal life. I'm at least past most of those now, I think. Certainly those ones. The
What are you going to major in for college?
oh gosh, yeah. In college. Oh, you married yet? No. Leave me alone.
I'm 14.
Those are tough.
What?
And the one that I want to throw out today,
All right.
because I think this is the funniest one. 1 in 3. That's a third if you're doing simple math there. 1 in 3 people admit to forcing a smile to pretend to enjoy a relative's cooking. And 2 in 5 say they have to force a smile to pretend to like a gift. And they say on the bottom, both of those numbers do seem about low. So I'm wondering when they're telling them, like, really? Like, no, I don't have to fake it. So here is your no diggity situation today in your own respective Thanksgivings or holiday season or whatever family get-togethers. You can even just say that you have a relative's meal that you have to and do pretend to like.
Do I have one? Ooh. Okay. Fortunately, diggity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boo.
Sorry. Yeah. My dad does most of the cooking for a good portion of the Thanksgiving dinners, and he was one of the people who, if he would have known that Rachel Ray and stuff were I can't remember his first name, but it starts with an A and his last name's Brown. If that wave of cooking personalities was going to be a thing, that he would have gone into like culinary and stuff like that. So he's a very good cook. And so I've been, growing up, I don't eat as much as a Thanksgiving dinner lately, just by nature of
Alton. I can't remember.
stuff. Alton Brown.
That was
There you
going
go.
to kill me.
Yes, Alton.
That was going to kill me.
So I'm very fortunate in that sense.
That's well, I would say that's
I
disappointing.
know it's not very. I know it's not very.
disappointing for the answer.
It's not very dramatic. I know that, but
No, that's good. Jackson.
I think diggity as well, because usually
Boo!
Because-
And you know what? There's 3 of us, so the stats are maybe they do make sense.
actually, that's good.
I mean, most of my Thanksgiving dinners are kind of like multiple families there, and they all
Sure.
kind of spread everything out.
So there's not one. There's not.
So
a
if I
single
just
one?
don't want something, I just don't get it, and I'll just fill up on
Whose
what
don't you like?
There's really nothing in particular, but if there's just like I don't like mushrooms. So if there's mushrooms in it, I'm not gonna get it. Like type thing.
Sure.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go diggity.
All right.
How about you?
100% no diggity. I have to
No
do this
diggity.
every other year because and my wife knows this because stuffing is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. And yes, I call it stuffing. I don't really care stuffing, dressing. It's all the same thing. It's you can go into the semantics. I don't care. It just tastes good, right? Or it should. Now on my family's side, like it's fantastic and everything's good. And don't get me wrong, the entire Thanksgiving meal with my wife's side is awesome too, except for my favorite part.
Except
it's like the driest stuffing
Oh.
of all time. And I'm just like, this is really good. I know you guys worked really hard on this. Hope we do it again next year.
For 2 years.
And as I wipe a tear away in my eye and put it into the stuffing to give it some moisture.
That was good. Why don't you offer to make the stuffing?
No, because now I've put myself on a level of stuffing snobbery.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay.
tough, though.
I got you.
And don't get me wrong, like the whole meal is awesome. But I told my wife that I joked I was gonna go get some of my families and bring it in.
Tell us, chat. Let us know what is it diggity, no diggity?
So yeah.
We want to see
Shelly
if the-
says Alton Brown. Yeah,
nailed it.
there you go. Tyler asks, Clint, did you sanitize the guest digitometer? No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
You-
So, your choices, Jones.
All right. This is an outrage.
I would use like a military grade level of hand sanitizer when you're done with the show.
After Choice came in, we just got a whole new one.
Oh, good. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's
we just
good.
Okay.
Dude, you're on top of it.
I try.
You really are.
just put the other one in a furnace.
I appreciate the chat looking out for me.
Especially after he was talking about his meat wars or whatever.
Yeah,
he
we
was
had to.
speaking of.
What?
That one had to be burned.
The choice yesterday talking about his extra sensitive feeling of touch and his
Oh,
meat wars.
how fun.
Stuffing snob wheat strain. That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. Dallas says, wait, y'all think Val Kilmer was a good Batman and Christian Bale was a bad Batman? No, I was Team Bale.
Yeah,
Team
I
Bale.
gave you the point
Yeah.
because of Christian Bale. What I gave was I gave Jackson a chance at redemption to get the point for telling me who the worst Batman was. He answered Val Kilmer, which he says was just a random pick and not the answer I was looking for. So
Love
to clarify,
say that I feel bad for you, but I don't because I got robbed. I'm gonna call the cops because I was robbed.
I was expecting some more.
It's my take versus take point, and I need it now.
I was expecting some more like obscure answers for the ESPN Ocho one than poker
Sorry,
and cornhole.
Cornhole wasn't obscure enough.
I mean, okay, so that's closer to what I was expecting, but
Sorry, we let you down on
I
that.
would've-
Thanks for not giving
actually,
yourself a point.
you know what?
Thanks for not
Oh, yeah.
Jamie Linting.
you know, if you would have, I know you said horseshoes was your number 2. If you would have picked horseshoes, I probably would have given you the point.
So good, so fun. That's a great way.
You,
to
you
kill.
know why I
That's
would
a
have
great
given
way
you
to
the
kill a
point?
Saturday, man.
You know why I would have given you the point? Because horseshoes and hand grenades, man. Closest only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades.
We get this from Bullfighter. Jayhawks have never been good at losing. Watch it on the next Take versus Take because he'll find some way to cheat.
Calling you out, man.
Jamie did not accept my Adidas duffel bags of cash the last time I was not awarded points. I don't have that much. That's probably why. It was really just like a duffel bag with a little coin Jamie over here.
It's because
actually,
he
the
was
quarter.
wearing Under Armour that day.
I'm curious on Monday what he's going to pick when we come back to the blind projection results. I'll let you know, but see how much he trusts you. Does he trust you or a coin? Does he trust you or fate? More bottom line when we come back on 100.7 The Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.